Everyone, thank you for joining us here at Codebase. This is Codebase channel where we teach you on how to become a web developer, and we also give you useful content that are related to technology. My name is Harrison, and I am not alone on this channel. We have other tutors in different fields who are ever ready to give you guidelines on how to become a web developer. Now, in previous videos we've been talking about WordPress, and if you've not subscribed to our channel, please do well to subscribe to our channel and also follow us on all the social media handles that we are in. Now, we've been dealing on WordPress, and you can see we have uploaded so many videos around WordPress, and if you've not watched any of our videos, kindly come to our channel to watch these videos. Now, in today's tutorial, I'm going to be giving you a walkthrough on a page builder that we're going to be using to build company websites and so many other websites in future. Now, this page builder is known as Elementor. Now, this is Elementor page. Elementor is a page builder that is compatible with WordPress, that you can install on your WordPress, and then you can use it to start building your website. You can see from this video demo, you can see that it is a drag and drop plugin that you install on your WordPress, and you can use it to build any kind of design that you want on WordPress. Now, it is a very popular page builder. We have other page builders like Beaver, we have Gutenberg, we have so many page builders, but WordPress happens to be one of the most popular page builders that people use very well. We still have WP Bakery as another page builder and so many others. So it is a drag and drop builder that has a lot of functionalities, and it has very beautiful design. Elementor has the free version, and it also have the premium version as well. Now, we are going to be using most at times the free version, though you can still subscribe to the premium version if you want to do that. Now, we have a lot of sites that are developed, that are built on Elementor using Elementor page builder, and in this tutorial I'm going to be walking you through on how you can go through this Elementor, know about the interface and some other features that are embedded in this Elementor page builder. So we head over to our dashboard, our WordPress dashboard. Now, if you come to our dashboard, you go straight to plugins. So we are going to be installing the page builder called Elementor. Now, once you head over to plugins, before that, you can see now that this is our demo site. This is our site. Now, you head over to plugins, then you click on add new. Now, when you click on add new, you go straight to search for the plugin called Elementor. You can see that. Now, when you come to this plugin, you're going to see this particular name here, Elementor Website Builder, more than just a page, and it is by Elementor. So we're going to install it and activate it. So I'm going to walk you through on this on the way the Elementor feature works. Now, I will just activate it straight. Now, Elementor has other add-ons that comes with it. Now, in the nearer future, we can still be installing some of them. You can see some of them here: Elementor header and footer, Elementor add-ons for essential add-ons for Elementor, Royal Elementor, premium add-ons for Elementor. All these are some of the add-ons, free add-ons that comes with this free Elementor that we're just installing right now, and they are all very useful. They all have their unique features, which we'll look after in subsequent videos when we'll be teaching you on how to build a company website on WordPress. So we'll go ahead to activate this. Now, when you activate this right now, that is done. Now, this is a default theme that came with WordPress. Now, I don't want us to use this theme. I just want to show you with another theme called, so we'll go straight to our dashboard. Now, we'll go back to our dashboard. Now right on our dashboard, you go to appearance and install the theme called Hello Theme. So I'll click on add new. Now I'm going to search for a theme called Hello Theme. It is okay, Hello Elementor. Look at it here. It is a theme by Elementor. Now some things are Elementor built, so let me just install this and activate it. So I'm going to activate it right now. So I've activated it, and by the time you preview the site, you're going to see now that the design changes. You can see that right now. That's that. Now right now I want us to go to pages. I want to show you about this plugin called Elementor. I want to show you how it works, how you can use it to design your site. Now we'll go to pages. Now I'm going to create a page. I'll go to create a page. I'll click on add new. Now this page I'm creating, I want it to become the home page, so I'm going to click on add new. So right now I will put in the title of the page, so I want to give it home. Let home be the title. Then right now I will publish it. I'll click on publish here. Publish. Now I told you in my previous videos that this is another editor, which is a Gutenberg editor. We have classic editor, which is more simpler to use. Now if you have watched that video, you will know how to change this kind of editor. So right now I've updated this right now. So what I'm going to do now is I want to go back to my dashboard. So I'll click here to return back to dashboard. So this page is what I have here right now. So I'm going to make this page to become the front page. That is this particular one, to become the front page. So to do that, I will head over to appearance, then I will click on customize. So when I click on customize, I'm going to see homepage settings. Homepage settings. So I'm going to click on a static page. So I'll click here, then I will select the page I just created, which is home. Look at it here. Then I'll go straight to publish. So that is published. Then I will cancel and go back. So right now if I preview the site, this is my home page right now. This is the home page that will be coming up for me right now. So now I'll go back to the page. This is the page here. So what I'm going to do, I will click on edit. Now I want to edit this page using Elementor. So that is where I'm going to walk you through on the interface of Elementor. So right now you click on this button here, edit with Elementor. You can see that when you click on it, it will bring you up to Elementor page builder. Elementor page builder. This is where you begin to put in your designs. You begin to design the page that you want. So I'll just click this, then I'll just close this. Alright, that is good. Now this navigator, I'll just cancel this. I will show you the importance later in subsequent videos. I'll cancel this right now. So now we have this interface here. This is the interface. Now remember that this is our front page. This is our front page. Now this section here are the elements, that we're going to pick, and we're going to drop it on this particular section here. So these are the elements that come with Elementor. Now you click on this menu icon, you're going to see here that we have the site setting, we have the theme builder, we have the user preference. Now all these are not really necessary anyway. Now you go back to it, then you click on this place here, you're going to see that we have these widgets here, all these elements here that you can drop, you can drag and drop. Now we have inner section, we have heading, we have text editor, we have image, and we have so many of them. You can see that these ones with padlock, these ones are for the premium version of Elementor. Now nevertheless, in previous videos where we'll be installing the other add-ons of Elementor, we will see that we're going to get some premium features as well. Now let's take, for instance, we want to put in a header. So what I'm going to do is, you can see this button here. This button is for us to add a new section, while this button is for us to add a template. Now the template now could be, from the blocks, could be from blocks from Elementor, or the templates that we have saved originally if we are building our website. Now we have all these blocks, so all these ones are from Elementor directly. Now when you see this Pro, it is for premium version of Elementor. Then the ones that doesn't have a Pro, you can see now that all these are free for you to use. All these are blocks that are already being created. Then all you just need to do is to insert it and manipulate it and work with it. Now if you go to pages, you're going to see different pages as well, and you can see the premium and also the free. Now you can see now that this page is at architecture page, and it is the project page. We have fashion page, and we have so many pages as well, which you can insert into any of your pages and edit them and start working with it. So that is what this particular template is all about. So I'm going to close this. Now this is a add section. So we want to add, for instance, we want to add a heading. So I will click on this button here, then I will click select this. Now this one here is 1 colon, why this is 2 colors, why this is 3 colors, why this is 4 colors. So depending on how you want it to be. So for instance, we just want a single colon, so we'll click on this. Now we click on this right now, you can see it brings you up to this page here. You can see that right now, you can see this button here. So what I'm going to do, once you open any new section, you're going to see this interface here. We have 3 main important things here, which is the layout, the style, and the advanced option. Now we're going to look at this later. So I'm going to click this button. Once I click this button, it's going to bring me up to this place here, to these features that are inside this menu button. So I'm going to click this. So you can see now it has taken me back to this place here, where I can drag and drop any element. That is this particular button here. So take for instance, I want to add a header, so I'm going to just click on it and drag it inside this container here. Inside this container, you can see that. So I will drop it. Now once I drop it, you can see this option it brings for me here. You can see this option by this left hand side, where we also have 3 sections: the content, the style, and the advanced option here. You can see that right now. So these 3 buttons you see here, they all have an effect to this particular heading that we just added. You can see the right up here, edit heading. So this gives us the option to edit this particular heading that we just added. Now let's take for instance, this is the title, and I want to change the title. I'll just delete it, then I will give it my own title. Okay, let me just say Harry Code Vase. So you can see that now this is my title. Now take for instance, I want to add a link. Now this place here is link. So if I want to add a link that if someone clicks on it, it will take them to that link. That is where I'll put this link here. So right now I'm not adding any link. Then this place is the size. This place has to do with the size of the heading that we just added right now. So you can make it small, you can make it large, you can make it just anyhow you want it. So by default we can leave it at default. Now this one here is the HTML tag. The HTML tag where we have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, just like that. So these are HTML tag. Now for heading 1 will be very big. Now for heading 2 will be a little bit smaller. Heading 3 will be smaller. Heading 4 will be smaller. Do you get it now? So that is the work of this HTML tag. So we'll leave it back as the H2. Now this one is the alignment, whether you want the text to be on the left hand side, the right hand side, or the center. So if you move it to the center, you can see now that it has come up to the center. Now leaving this contents option, we go to the next option, which is the styling. The style option, where you can add coloring to it and all that, where you can also change the font style. Now the first thing here is the text color. Now for the text color, when you click on this button here, you're going to be able to select any color of your choice. You can be able to select any color of your choice. You can see the color is changing right now. You can see the color is changing. So any color of your choice. Then this one here gives you the option to choose the color that you want, while this second button here gives you the option to either increase or decrease the opacity, that is the brightness of the color. So you can see that now. You can see the way the color is decreasing, the brightness is reducing. So put it at the end, you can be able to select any color of your choice. Do you get that now? So that is that for this coloring option. Then it also have what we call color picker. Now this color picker allows you to pick any color from your from this particular interface here. Nevertheless, we also have a browser Chrome extension that gives you the option to do what we call color picking. We're going to talk about that in subsequent videos. So right now you will have this color picker, so you click on it, you'll be able to select any color from this particular place here. Do you get that now? So that is the work of this color picker. Now rest everything is fine. We go to the next one, which is typography. Now this typography is talking about the font style of the header, or that is of the text that we just added. Now the font style, now we have different font styles, so we have different family. When you click on it, you're going to see different family. You can see different font style here when you click on it. So this present one is Roboto. We still have other ones. Here. So let me click this. So we have this. We have many of them. You can also use the search bar to search for any font of your choice. So if I choose this, you're going to see now that the font style have changed, just like that. So we have thousands of this font style that you can actually use. So right now the next one is the size. So this has to do with the size of the text. You can see that now I'm increasing it. You can see that I'm increasing it right now. So right now you can also increase from this place or decrease it from this particular place. Now the next option here is the weight. Now the weight has to do with the boldness or the faintness of the text. Now we have this 100 is thin, so you can see now that the text is thin. Then we have the next one, light. You can see the text is a bit lighter. We have bold, semi-bold. We have bold as well. Then we have extra bold, just like that. So this has to do with the boldness of the text that you just added. Now the next one now is transform. Now this transform option gives you the option to automatically transform the text either to uppercase. Uppercase is capital letter, or lower case, or you can just capitalize all of them. So if you put it on uppercase, it gives you, it's already on uppercase. Put it on lowercase, you can see now that the text has been transformed to a lower case. Then we also have capitalize option. You can see that now. So it gives you the capital letter. This is the normal. So we'll just leave it by default. So by default here is how we typed the text, whether it was capital letter or small letter. So whichever one we did. Now the next one now is the style option. So this style option, you can make it normal. You can also make it to be italics. You can also make it to be oblique. You can see now that it's on italics. Then you can also make it to be oblique and all that. So we'll leave it as default. Now the next one is decoration of the text. If you want to underline it, you can see now that the text is underlined. If you also want to overline it is up while underline is down. Then we have the next one, which is line through. It means that it will cross the text just like that. So we don't want anyone. You can leave it as none, or you leave it as default. Now the next one now is the line height. Now the line height has to do with, for instance, we added another text under this. So for instance, we just added let's say there's another text under it. So let's give it a, for instance, let's say code vase. Okay, code vase. Now this line height, what it does is that you can be able to tell it to adjust the line height between the first text and the second text that we added. Do you get that now? So that's the work of this line height. So if you don't want it, you just go ahead and you delete that option. So now this is the updates. So anything you are doing, you just update it. Update here means to save that particular stuff you have done. you're doing is to save it. That's the work of update. Okay, I think my internet connection is disconnected, so right now let me just connect back to my network. Okay, so now I've updated that right now. So by the time you preview your site, you're going to see now that what we did has taken effect on the front page of the site. So I'm going to refresh this right now. I'm going to see if it has actually taken an effect. Alright, great. So you can see that right now. So it has actually taken an effect. Do you get that right now? So do you see that? So Harry Codebase and all that. So it has actually taken an effect. So now the next one we're looking at is, okay, let's look at letter spacing. The letter spacing has to do with the spacing between the letters. You can see that happening right now. You can see that happening right now. The spacing between each letters, that is the work of this letter spacing. You can see that. The next one is the word spacing. For instance, Harry is a word, code is a word, verse is a word. So it has to do with the spacing between each word. You can see that taking effect from this particular place here. So that is that for this typography section. The next one is the text stroke. Now the text stroke is if you want to add a stroke to your text. You want to add a stroke to your text, you can see that right now. You can see the way the text is being added. You can see that. So you want to add a stroke to your text. Now this one is the stroke color. So what will be the color of the stroke? So for instance, you want to make it red, you want to make it white, you want to make it orange, or any color at all. That is the work of that particular stroke color. And when you update it, you're going to see now that what you have actually done has actually taken effect on the front page of the site. Alright, great. So I'm going to refresh the site so for you to see that. So as I'm doing it, I'll be refreshing the site so you can see how it actually takes place. So you can see that now. So now the next one I'm going to look at is the text shadow. So the text shadow is just about the shadow that you apply to a particular text. So do you get that now? So now that is how you edit a particular text here. So whenever you add a new text, so for instance, I want to add a text. So let me refresh this, please. Alright, so whenever you add a text, whether it is a header text or it is the normal text. Now let me add a normal text. So for instance, I want to create another section here. Now that you can still add a text inside this particular section you created for the header. You can still add a text to it, or you can still go ahead to create another section for the text. Now you can see the text I just added right now, so you can see how it appeared. Still the same format, content, style, and advanced option. If not looked at advanced option, we'll still look into that. So now this is the text. So this is where I can be able to add my text. So you can see that right now. You can see the way the text is, and it is already appearing. Now the same format, the same styling you did for this header text, you can also apply it to your normal text. So do you get that right now? So we have, this is a drop cap. Now what this drop cap means is that the first letter is going to make it very big. That is the work of drop cap. So now if after watching this video you need to practicalize on your own to see the whole features and how they work. Now that's the work of the drop cap. You can see that right now. So now the next one now is the style, where you come to edit the style of the text that you have just added. You can centralize it. You can see that right now. You can change the color. You can change the color to any color you want. You can make it bold. You can also increase the font size and all of that. Now moving to the advanced option. Now this advanced option is just simple stuff anyway. Now this place here is where you can set up the margin if you want. So by default it's already aligned. Now if you preview the site, you find out that the write-up is already aligned on the front page of the website. Now you can see that now it's well aligned on the front page of the website. Now the work of the margin is, for instance, you just want to, let me click on layout, you want to move this particular text to the right hand side. So what I'm going to do is, for instance, if I click on this, you see now that all the whole side of the text is actually moving. So for instance, I want to work on the right hand side, so I will click on this button here, this button. So when I click on this button, it means I can just edit a particular one. You can see now I am clicking on the right hand side, and you can see where the text is taking me to. Is moving towards the right hand side, that's the left hand side. Do you see that right now? Do you see that? So that is the work of this margin. If I delete everything, then click on the left side too, you see where the text will be moving to. Now that is the work of this particular margin. You can also move it the indirect position, that is indirect position, where you have -1, minus this, blah 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 blah. You can see that right now. So that is the work of the margin. Now the next one here is the width. So the width is okay, by default is okay. So right now we have the full width, we have the inline width. You can see where the inline appeared. Then we also have the custom, where you can customize the width that you want it to be. So by default, you just leave it as default, so that you have the exact width that is actually needed. Now the next one is the motion effects. Now we have motion effects. This one is where we add a transition to our text, or any element at all that we have added in this Elementor. So for instance, we have fade in. You can see the way the text faded. We also have a fade in up. You can see the way the text faded. Now that is the work of this motion effect. We have many motions here. We have bouncing up. You can see the way the text bounced in, and we have so many that we'll not just begin to look into all of them one after the other. Now the next one is the animation duration. Now how long will this particular stuff, how long will it take? Will it be fast? Will it be slow in coming out? Will it be fast, or is just normal? So it's optional. It's left for you to decide on that. Now the next one is the transform option. Now the transform option is, for instance, we want to transform the way the text appears. Now we have rotate. Now rotate here, we have this. You can see the way the text appeared. You can see the way I just rotated it. Can see the way I just rotated it. That is the work of this transform. It transforms the text to any format at all. So if you want to go back to the default, you just delete everything. Now we also have the 3D rotate. So we have the 3D rotate. You can see the way it rotates. You can see that. You can see that right now. So that is the work of the 3D rotate. You can see that. So you can just twist it the way that actually befits what you're actually doing. So that is okay. Now we still have the others, which is the offset, the scale, the square, and all that. Now the next one is background. Now for instance, you want to add a background color or a background image to this particular text we just added. So you just click on background. We have normal, we have hover. Now we have background type. When you click on classic, you'll be able to select an image that you want to use as the background, or you go ahead to select a color that you actually want to apply as the background. You can see that right now that the color is being applied and all that. So now we have the next one, which is the hover. Now the hover is when somebody hovers their mouse, when somebody positions their mouse on an element on your website. So what actually happens? What will be the background effect? So if you select the background color, meaning that once you hover your mouse, you can see now that the color changes to white. You can see that right now. That is the work of hover. When someone points a mouse on any element on your website, what will be the effect? So that is the work of this hover here. Right now, good. So we have the next one. We have border. Border has to do with the sides, the border of the text that you just added. So now we have border type. By default, we have this. Now when you click on solid, there's going to be a border that will appear on the text. Do you get that right now? So this is the width of the border. You can increase the width or decrease the width, whichever one you want. You can see the way it's appeared. Now we also have the border color, where you can change the color of the border. You can change it to any color of your choice that you need. So that is the work of this border here. Now we have the border radius. Now border radius is that it will give you a rounded or a curved border. So by the time you increase the radius, you're going to see now that it's giving us a rounded or a curved border. That is the work of this border radius. Now, so rest everything is fine. You just go ahead and you click on updates. Now you can see now that I've actually virtually walked you through on most of the interface that is being used on this Elementor. Now for instance, I want to add an image. For instance, I want to add an image, so I'll just click on this add section. So I want to click on two colors. So I'll click on two colors, and you're going to see how two colors appear. This is the first column, this is the second column. So by the time I click on this button here, or I click on this plus sign, so this will appear for me to select an element that I want to add, whether it is an image, whether it is a video, whether it is a button, any element at all that I want to add, I can be able to add that. So let me add an image. I will just put and drag it here, drag and drop. Now from here you can see now that any element you pick up and add to this place, you're going to see now that this place changes to that particular element that you want to edit. So I'll click on choose image. Then right now I'm going to select an image. So I don't think I have an image on my website, so I'm going to upload. So I'll upload an image from my from my computer. So right now I'm going to upload. So for instance, let me upload, okay, this image. For instance, let me upload this image, for instance. So I'm going to upload this right now. So once that is uploaded, then you go ahead and you click on select. Click on select. So it's still uploading. Alright, so you click on select. Now you can see now that the image has appeared here. Now the image also has its own settings, which is actually similar to other settings. So we have content, we have style, we have advanced. Now for the content, this is the image, this is the image size, where you can select the image size. We have thumbnail. You can see now that the image has reduced. Now we also have medium, we also have large and blur, just like that. Now this is custom. This is where you can actually put in the size of the image that you actually want. So you can, when you put in the size, you go ahead and you click on apply. You can see now the image is very small. So right now I'm not using the custom, so I'll go ahead and click on medium, large. Now the next one now is the alignment. You can put the image on the left side, you can put it on the right, or you can just put it on the center, whichever one. Now this is the caption. Now do you want to attach a caption? If you want to attach a custom caption, you can just write the caption here. You can see that. Now this is the caption for the text. Now that is the work. Now this one is the link. For instance, you want the image to be clickable, so that if someone clicks on the image, it's going to take them to another page. You're going to click on this link and make it a custom URL. Then you put in the URL, that is the link that you want it to link to. So do you get that right now? So that is that. Now the next one now is the styling option. Now the styling option here, you can also adjust the width of the image. You can just adjust the width of the image from this place. You can also adjust the height of the image. You can see that right now. So right now you can adjust anything from this particular section here. So do you get that now? Now the next one is the object fit. Why, if you want the image to cover, you can just click on this cover. Is going to cover. So the image is just the size of the image anyway. Now the next one is object position. Now if you want it to be center or center right, you can just do it whichever way you want. Now the next one is the opacity of the image. Opacity has to do with the brightness of an object or anything. You can see now that the opacity, you can see that now reducing the opacity is not bright again. So I'm going to put it back now, so I'll just delete everything here. It's going to back to normal. Then this one now is the hover. The hover here means once someone hovers his mouse on the image, what will be the effect? So the opacity. So the opacity right now is when I hover my mouse, you can see that now that the opacity changes. So I'm going to just delete that now. So the next one now is hover animation. Hover animation is when someone hovers their mouse on the image, what will be the animation? So we have shrink. So if you can see that now, the image shrinked. We also have grow. Once I hover my mouse on it, the image grows. Now we have the next one, we have push. Once I hover my mouse on it, the image pushes. So that is what this hover animation does. So you can see that right now. So all these are seen from the styling option. So do you get that? Now the next one now is we're going to look at is the border type. What will be the border for the image? So if you want a border, you can just click on solid. Now not only solid, we also have double. You can see a double border appear here. We also have dashed, we have groove. So the next one now is the width. That is if you want the image to have a thick border, that is where you adjust this width setting. And like I said before, this has a work here. So by the time, for instance, let me make this default. By the time I click on this place here, it means I can actually edit a particular side, whether it is only the top I want to edit, or only the right, or only the bottom, or only the left. So by the time I'm editing only the top, you see now that it's only the top that is going to have the effects. Do you get that right now? So if I want to edit left side too, so meaning the left and the top are having the effect. So you can see that right now. So that is the work of this particular section here. When you click on it, it's kind of give you the option to edit any one that you choose to edit. So you click on updates and all that. So that is virtually basically the settings for this place here. Now once you update that, you're going to refresh your site to see what you are actually doing. Now this particular section we added, they all have their settings. Now by the time you click on this colon here, this edit colon, you would be able to edit the colon that for this particular button here, for this particular section. And when you also click on this colon here, you would be able to edit this colon here. Do you get that right now? For instance, like you click on this, you click on it, we have the layout, we have the style, we have the advanced. Now when you click on style, you can also be able to add a background to it. For instance, background, we have the normal, we have this classic, we have gradients, and we also have slideshow. So for instance, you want to add classic. Classic will give you the option to add either a color, a single color, or an image. While the gradient gives you the option to add two colors. You can see that right now, color 1, and this is the second color. So if you select the color here, you can see now that two colors are actually appearing on this particular background. So you can see that option here right now. So I'm selecting this right now. You can see now that this is the option. So that is the work of this particular place. Where you click on this edit colon, you can also be able to edit the colon. So a whole lot of things. We also have the background overlay option. Now this background overlay option, you can actually add a background overlay, meaning that there will be a color or an image that will be at the top of this present one. So for instance, we click on background type, we click on this, then we select an image. For instance, let me select this. So this image is going to have attached as background overlay. So do you see that right now? So that is the work of background overlay. Now if the background overlay, if the image is too sharp or is too thick, you can just scroll down to where we have this opacity here. You can reduce the opacity. You can see that right now I'm reducing the opacity. If I increase it, the background overlay will come up very, very well. So Elementor has a whole lot of features that can give you a very beautiful design. Do you get that? So you need to master how to use your Elementor to get any kind of design that you actually want. And even if a client gives you a website to kind of give him that kind of design, you can actually use Elementor to build exactly that kind of design that the client has given to you. So rest everything is fine. You just go ahead and you click on update, and by the time you preview the website, you're going to see that what we actually did has actually taken effect on the website. So do you see that right now? You can see the slideshow. That is this animation that pops up here. This is the hover. So if I hover my mouse on it, the color changes. Hover my mouse on this, you can see now that there is an animation for rate. So that is that. So we're going to add another section again, and we'll see how we can also edit that particular section. Alright, so we look at this column here. This is another column. Now we've worked on this column. Now take, for instance, you want to add another column here. You can actually still do that. Now take, for instance, let's say we want to add an icon with a text. So when you come to the widgets section in Elementor, you're going to search for icon. Now you can see these icons we have here. Now if you don't want to search for that, you can just go ahead and scroll down. Just be scrolling down. You're going to see where we have icon text. So just scroll down to where we have icon. You can see this icon box here. We still have an image box. The work of the image box is that it will give you an image with a heading text and a normal text. Now do you see that now? That is the work of this heading image box. So what we're going to do now is, when you have put the widget from this place to this place, you're going to add the image here. So you can see that right now. Do you get that? So from here you can be able to type in the header and the text that you want. So all editing can still be done from this style section, where you can customize the text color and all that. Now we have another thing you need to take note of is button. Button here gives you something like this. You can see that right now. So once you click on any button, then you can be able to set up or adjust the styling from this place. So this place is a link where you put the link where you want it to be redirected to. So this Elementor actually helps you to build a theme, gives you a good design. So this is what you are going to be using to build your company website, and I believe I've been able to walk you through this interface of Elementor. Now one good thing about the Elementor is that it also have the responsive mode. So if you come to this button here, you see this responsive mode. Once you click on it, you have this button here for desktop, you have for tablets, then you also have for your mobile phone, Android phone. So if you want to view the responsiveness of the website on mobile, you just go to this responsive mode, then you click on this mobile portrait. You're going to see the way it actually appears on mobile. You can see that right now. You can see that. You see the way it appeared on mobile. You can see now that this image is not really appearing well on mobile. So that is where you now need to find a way to actually edit the settings from the image. So we'll go to style. Let's check style again. Alright, so it's on style. So the width is lowered. So you can see now that I'm increasing the width. So do you see that now? So that is the work of this. So when you are working on Elementor, you make sure you always preview the mobile or the Android version, that is the mobile phone version. You can also preview the tablet version to also see how the site actually looks like, both on desktop and on mobile devices. So you can see that right now. So rest everything is fine. You just click on this close button and it will take you back to the desktop view. So Elementor has a whole lot of features that are very good, and you can actually use them. When you are updating, you click in this particular place. So we're going to be learning in our next video how we can build a company website, and what we are going to be using is an Elementor based theme. So watch out for that video, and please do well to subscribe to Codebase channel and follow us on all the social media handles that we are in, and we promise to deliver educative content to you from time to time. So please, on your own, you make sure you practicalize what you have seen in this Elementor video. There are a whole lot to do and learn from Elementor on Elementor. So on your time, you do well to practicalize them. And if you have any question, please leave a comment for us and we'll get back to you with answers to your questions. So see you in the next video.